and grateful, because when I checked out, he only charged me for a double room. So if you can have that kind of business promotional sense, because I'll go back there, and I've got you so interested that somebody will want to know what this hotel is, and when you go back, you say, you were sent by me. And that'll cut the room rate down for me even further next time. You see, Christianity teaches us to be dreamers of dreams and followers of the best, creators of marvelous things, achievers of goals. And it's a happy circumstance that by full circle, the American people seem to have come around to a new appreciation of something that their forefathers believed in, namely a goal for a human life, a life of achievement, a life of creativity, a life of worthwhileness. Now, oftentimes I make speeches with Art Linkletter, whom I think is one of the few most attractive personalities in this country today. Almighty God gave him a marvelous nature, and he's a great thinker. He talks to people like a father. He doesn't try to make a great speech. He just loves them. And I admire him, and I love him. Art says there's a revolution in this country. Not a political revolution, but a personality revolution. He says it's called by many names, a relational revolution, or a movement to realize the potential in personality. He says it's a new awareness, especially on the part of younger people, that their lives can have great meaning. And wherever he goes, he talks to vast multitudes of young people who want to know how to make their lives more worthwhile in this day and generation of which they are a part. I agree with him. This is a new phenomenon. Therefore, even though it is a bit out of the ordinary for a sermonic speech, nevertheless, inasmuch as the sermon should deal with trying to get people to be more than they are, it isn't too far afield, perhaps. Well, take that first suggestion that I gave about deep desire and intensity of belief. Nobody ever got anywhere in this world with any great purpose unless they had a deep desire and an intensity of belief in the rectitude and rightness of the thing in which they were engaged, and in God to help them, and in themselves to be able to accomplish it. First thing you got to have is a depth of desire. And then he said the next thing you got to have is intensity of belief. And the third thing, total commitment. Now, if you want to do anything in the ministry, you got to have those things. Anybody who goes into the ministry who doesn't have those three things is an affront to Almighty God. Because when you go into the ministry, you want to reach as many people as you can in your lifetime with the gospel of Jesus Christ and get them committed. And how in the world are you going to get them committed if you don't believe in it with an intensity of belief yourself? If you have a goal, not a fuzzy, unclear goal, but a goal that's sharp, honed down, very, very real, a goal that you want to attain with all your heart, you take that goal and you pray about it to be sure it's right. For if it isn't right, it's wrong. And nothing wrong ever turned out right. So if it isn't right, you make it right or get rid of it and get yourself another goal. Then when you've got a goal that you are sure is right and good, then you put it in your conscious mind and you hold it there tenaciously until ultimately it sinks into the unconscious. And when it gets into the unconscious, you have it, because then it will have all of you. Whatever the goal is, pray about it, hold it tenaciously, and let it get down into the very depths of your nature, where it becomes part of you. Then you might read the Bible and apply the wisdom of the Bible to that goal. And perchance in your reading of the Bible, you'll come to the first chapter of Joshua, the 8th verse. This is the new Good News Bible, one of the latest versions of the Bible, the 10 millionth copy which recently came from the press. Here's what it says in the first chapter of Joshua, the 8th verse. Just a bit different than the King James Version. Be determined and confident. Study the book day and night. And be sure you obey everything written in it. Then you will be prosperous and successful. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for I, the Lord your God, will be with you wherever you may go. Now, I didn't make this up. It's not in this Bible because this is the King James Version. It's the same ideas there. It isn't expressed quite so succinctly. But the same truth prevails. The Holy Bible tells you that if you're determined and confident and study this book day and night and do everything that it says, you will reach your goal, and you need never be discouraged nor afraid, because the Lord will be with you all the way. That's what it says. Well, finally, and that leads up to the culmination of the process. Have faith all the way. I firmly believe, because I've tried to practice it myself, that if you take your life and put it unreservedly in God's hands, trusting Him, trying to do His will, trying to love people, trying to follow the book, that you will achieve your goals. It's just that simple. Now, I have a friend in the city of Chicago, a very successful man. He started out in life selling newspapers on the South Side. And the first day he started out, his mother said to him, go with Jesus all the way, and always act like Jesus would. And put your faith in God, and be nice to people, and believe in yourself, and be a clean, decent boy. And the Lord will take care of you and guide you to your goal. This man is now way up in years, but still he remembers. That is the simple secret